So AEW happened. Time for your AEW Dynamite review. This was the September to Remember, whatever it was. So yeah, they're calling this show September to Remember. Because I guess Tony Khan's such a fucking mark for ECW, and the thing is, this show was not even in the ECW arena. So what's the point? Whatever. This was their September to Remember show, and a bunch of matches that makes no sense happen, no stories and whatever. And again, this is a go home show, by the way, to All Out. You know, All Out. Like they're supposed to there used to be WrestleMania, but now it's just they're really kind of not even treating it as WrestleMania. And this was a 3 hour fucking show. You would think this would be good, important, but unfortunately, they didn't really do anything to make you care about this NXT show. So, whatever. The show started with the contract signing with Hangman Page and Kyle Fletcher. Yeah, I just didn't care. Apparently, this was in London, Ontario, I believe. Um, Whatever. So, contract signing happened. Um, Basically, what happened was, there's no supposed to be no physicality, whatever. Even though whatever. Kyle Fletcher says that AEW no longer needs a Hangman or Omegas. They need a Protostar with well, you'll probably take Protostar plushies up your booty hole, for God's sakes. He says, I'm the man of the world. I'm going to beat you beaten bloody and not able to walk. I'm the best wrestler in the world. And then Hangman says, you got so much potential, but you will learn that you will fail because of your ego or whatever. So basically, this was a typical AEW promo where I'm the best wrestler in the world. I'm better than you. It's basically typical indie shit. I'm a better wrestler. Who's going to be the better wrestler? It's just like, God, it's like no real story, it's just all best guys, better best wrestler. Like that's every fucking basic storyline in wrestling, This is what happens when you don't build anything and no story. And again, for the supposed used to be WrestleMania, or should have honestly been a somewhat night 2 version of WrestleMania for AEW. Like this could be one of their somewhat biggest shows of the year. Unfortunately, they're not doing anything. It's like whatever, The first match, so one unique thing about this match is that Roger Strong was facing Jon Moxley for no reason, by the way. Marina Shafir again managing, against her husband. I don't know why I didn't really mention, but whatever. Anyways, Jon Moxley defeats Roger Strong. This match really had no reason to happen, and I don't get why. I didn't really care. The only interesting fact is I get it. Oh, the married couple are clashing somewhat. That's literally it's like, why not mention it? You know what I mean? Why not actually make it part of the fucking story? That would actually make somewhat sense. That's the crazy thing about AEW. You have, or at least wrestling, modern, you have the ability of the internet is a thing. This is real life shit. You're not mentioning it, and that's kind of ruining the mood. Backstage, we see MJF getting angry at Tony Khan for approving the Mark Briscoe match with Dave on tongue tax, so whatever. And then Tony basically acted like, oh, get it, I'm not going to cancel it, and I'm going to be a boss, basically. And then MJ says, you know what, screw it. I'm going to make sure that this Briscoe is going to get beat up or whatever. MJ says, by the way, is a cornball as a character. I thought he's supposed to be, anti-smart type of dude, and then for some reason he'll leave it. He's trying to make this program with Mark Briscoe about his wedding too. Here, I'm gonna make you say I do. Like, what the fuck does that supposed to mean? Incorporating a wedding to this, it doesn't make sense in context. I know I said real life gotta matter, but how does it make sense for context? Anyways, Bobby Lashley in the second match defeats Taya Lonia. They're trying to act like he's some, Samoan dude. Oh, get it? We have AEW people. We have Samoan people too here. Whatever. Who the fuck cares? This was probably the only interesting thing of the show, by the way, which was Edge and Christian Cope and whatever, with FTR. They're told they're not supposed to fight or else they'll be fined. FTR then says, we used to respect you, love you, but you guys used us. Or Edge used us, we were homeless, had no jobs and whatever, but you helped us, we became friends with you, but we realized you only care about yourself. Then Edge basically said, first off, Edge basically told Stokely, "Oh, if you had if we were to get fined for attacking, you would get $500,000. You wouldn't may actually get some hose or whatever." Um, I guess yeah, fine. Um, he then mentioned to FTR, the only reason why you guys are not liked compared to him is because I'm better, and also like people actually want to see me, and I actually gave you a home. We didn't need to like help you guys out. We didn't need to show that we care, but we did it because of our hearts. But you decided to play with it, and because you guys have egos, blah blah blah. And then they're gonna prove, and then oh yeah, FTR earlier says like, we got you guys you were carried by like the Dudleys and and Hardys, while we faced legendary tag teams like which are like not even legendary tag teams, by the way, compared to like what Edge and Christian face. Like we faced Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa and the Briscoes and what. It's like these are not legendary tag teams as compared to the people who Edge and Christian actually faced. And Edge basically mentioned like, for the first time ever, we're facing each other, prove who are the better tag team, and then basically Christian says, hey, I'm rich, I might as well punch you, and basically and then a brawl ensues. Eventually, I guess one big punch to was it the guy, I think Dax Harwood or something. He was like bleeding from the nose, or I don't know, Scott. I don't know, the guy who's bald. He was bleeding from the nose, which yeah. The Young Bucks then. The Young Bucks, they gifted Renee after being interviewed, we have some money, basically from the money they won, how they're finally going to have their entrances and whatever, come back to who they were. They gifted Renee some money. And then eventually they defeated Big and the Bang Bang Gang, which is Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn, because one of the Guns are injured or whatever. Yeah, so that happened. This Mascara Dorado guy, maybe, who knows, maybe this is Lince Dorado, I'm guessing. I believe this was, I don't know why I remember the name from like WWE, whatever. I don't know if it was him or not, but he defeated Beast Mortis. You would think that the Beast Mortis would have won this stupid match because we're Mercedes, but I guess you never know. Maybe their relationship is on the rocks. Maybe their relationship is not working out. Now he lost. So this Beast Mortis, who got pushed for getting with Sasha, he ends up losing. Maybe they broken up. I don't fucking know. Maybe the sex life is not good. Speaking of sex life, Toni Storm, who's, by the way, again, probably one of the only good people who has a character. Sadly, she's not really doing much, or they have ran out of things to do, but whatever. So she's for some reason gonna have a fatal 4-way match at All Out, which is like whatever. She's here. She says, I've slayed dragons and beasts, and I won my baby back 7 months ago, and this is the best wrestle, and I'm willing. If you're not willing to risk it all, then you ain't shit. And if this is the ends of the reign, then it's been the honor of my life. I am not a fan. I would look good without the whatever. Basically, Hater says, I'm not a fan of the spotlight, but I know you won't look good at the title. And then Statlander gets involved, whatever. He says, I worked hard, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually Tony says, you might as well trim your bushes and bitches, because it's going to be timeless. And then she gets interrupted. I mean, she kind of made yeah, we might as well go all out. So it's kind of made a little sexual reference, which, again, I love Toni Storm's character. It's great. Tekla, which I don't know if to say if she's either attractive or not. I mean, not that it's like my business to say, but it's like, I don't know. She's just trying to act like indie wrestler shit. It's not really my cup of tea. Whatever. She defeated Queen Anana in a no holds barred match, which is like, why are they having no holds barred match or whatever? Eventually, Tony and a bunch of moves that happened to make no sense for it to end a match. Whatever. So as you see, we gotta pretend we care about women's wrestling, and yet they're having a no holds barred match for no reason. Again, who the fuck is Queen Amamata? Whatever. And there's like some women there were like some 8 women brawl matches, and that's what All Out like pre-show. Who cares? Whatever. Anyways, Toni Storm comes out, and the whole, was it a Trinity Terror? I don't know. What's with like all these women have to be dark, edgy character? Like they have to always act like they're from Lord of Darknesses, like. Julia Hart doesn't need to be that. The Sky Blue doesn't need that. They could just look like nice, cute chicks, but no, they have to freaking be like all dark, edgy. Like it's so fucking stupid. Every wrestler want to be fucking dark, mysterious bullshit, which is just annoying. Anyways, they attack Tony Storm, but then like whatever, she gets some help from I think Jamie Hayter and some other women. Blah blah blah. I don't know. In the end, yeah. For this AEW eliminated qualifier shit, Jet Speed defeated the Matchery. I don't fucking know what this is supposed to be. I don't know what the fuck it is. All I know is I just they announced some stupid fatal 4-way tag title match that 3 teams qualified to be part of and whatever. And they're advanced to a ladder match. So yeah, just to make people care. Darby Allin tells Bryan Danielson he feels partly blamed for Bryan losing the title at Wrestle Dream and the Death Riders ending his full-time career. Darby asks Bryan to not get involved in the coffin match, and Bryan promises, but he won't get involved, and he offers something to do for him. It's whatever. I guess sort of long-term booking is what. Riho defeats some bitch named Robin Renegade, but then Mercedes attacks her. Who the fuck cares? This match is announced for the pre-show. So much for this guy, being in part of the whatever, the Death Riders, and he's still in the pre-show. Whatever. I guess anything to get that Airbnb in Puerto Rico, right, Daniel Garcia? I know ya. Anyways, Don Callis' family defeated Top Flight, and they're gonna be part of the, I think Josh Alexander and some fucking lucha guy that no one fucking cares for, some generic luchador fat guy. After the match, there's some big brawl with the tag teams, and then Hangman goes in to save, Christopher Daniels, who was there. Then eventually Kyle Fletcher attacks him and hits him with a brain buster through the table, and then Kyle Fletcher stands tall with the titles. Again, they're just copy and pasting like what happened last year with Bryan and what's his name, Jack Perry, Jungle Boy. Because get it, he was as a TNT champion in the title match, and they have no ideas, and this had no story. It's just typical. I'm the next big heel. I'm the best in the world. It's just so fucking stupid. Like, who the fuck cares? I still can't believe that this weekend is like, get it, WWE and AEW going at war the same day for their pay-per-views, and AEW seemingly does not really put the effort to like make you care. Like, I'll get it. But we're gonna have a match. We're gonna have Edge and Christian facing FTR. We're gonna have a ladder match. Like, okay, what else? I don't know. It is what it is. So that's AEW for you. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't really care. For a 3-hour show, this show is fucking 3 hours. And boy, what a long 3 hours of like indie garbage wrestling. That's what I'm gonna say. Fuck this show. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye.